Many people rush through the Canadian prairies in 1 or 2 days. They stretch about 1,300 kilometers from Winnipeg to Calgary. We found out that there is more to the prairies than just gas and food stops. Welcome to our escapades. Birdseye is the navigator, my name is Dieter, and I'm the wheelman. We made an interesting observation over time. We always have headwind and it's all uphill. Let me explain. In Canada, the prevailing winds are from the west. The elevation in Winnipeg is 239 meters and in Calgary it is 1,045 meters. The distance is 1,330 kilometers. Our Jeep runs hot. We stop and open the hood to let the engine cool down. Since 2004, we made the trip through the Canadian Prairies 9 times in both directions. We saw the plants when they were sprouting and when they were blooming, and when the first snow was in the forecast. Over the years, we discovered some interesting places along the way. Let's start our journey in Winnipeg. We spent 2 nights in the city to visit the Human Rights Museum. It is a most interesting building. We were there in 2016. Looking at their website today, it is sad to see that the exhibition is still growing with current events. The Riding Mountain National Park is 270 kilometers northwest of Winnipeg. Our first visit was in 2011. We were traveling with a Dodge Dakota pickup. The bisons kept their distance. We returned to the park with the trailer in 2019 and set up camp at the Wanuskewin campground. This time we were lucky and got a good look at the herd. The park offers more than camping and bisons. With 318 sunny days per year, you can enjoy many of the trails. They rank from easy to wet and muddy with stream crossing sections. North of Saskatoon is the Wanuskewin Heritage Park. Relive the stories and traditions of the Northern Plains indigenous people. We had the pleasure to listen to the stories from Cara Arkand and we watched her dance performance. Thank you, Cara. We remember your stories. Take the time and enjoy the trails in the park. After the visit, we headed southwest towards Brooks in Alberta to visit the Dinosaur Provincial Park. We passed through Harris and had to stop to get a closer look at the grain elevator. Talking about grain elevators, the first ones were built in the early 1900s and were critical to make the grain available to the world. The Canadian Pacific Railway set standards on the size of the elevators. They were the link to get the grain to the ports and from there to consumers worldwide. These wooden buildings got the name Prairie Sentinels. There were over 5,000 of them in early 1900. Today there are less than 500. Only a few of them are granted historic designation. They were replaced by concrete and metal holding tanks. Back on Highway 1 in Manitoba, racing alongside a train. We often stop in Swift Current in Saskatchewan for food and gas. 50 kilometers north in the valley of the South Saskatchewan River is the Saskatchewan Landing Provincial Park. A peaceful and quiet place. We camped there twice. This is a great place to enjoy the night sky. There is no big city light pollution. We walked to the Bison Rubbing Rock and hiked the Ring, Rods and Remnants Trail. The landscape is everything else than boring. Cactus and wild sage? We did not expect that. This place is a delight for photographers. 130 kilometers south of Swift Current is the Grasslands National Park. Only a few meters behind the sign is the first attraction, the black-tailed prairie dogs. The visitor center is in Val-Marie outside the park on Highway 4. Pick up your pass and the visitor guide there. Keep your eyes open for the bison herd. We saw them in the far distance. Next time we will camp in the park. It is a dark sky preserve and without a doubt it will be awesome. We followed the eco-tour but may have gotten lost somewhere along the way. This road exits the park and loops back. The sun was setting by the time we finished our tour. Only a few minutes outside the park, we stopped to enjoy the most spectacular encounter. Our last stop in Saskatchewan is usually in Maple Creek. We learned about this little town at the Tourist Information Center along the highway. We were looking for jam and honey. These places often sell local produce and they referred us to the Daily Grind Cafe in Maple Creek. What an interesting place. Across the road is the Cowtown Kids Toy and Candy. Upstairs is the largest selection of puzzles we ever saw. Check out the Maple Creek Farmers Market for local honey, baking, produce and crafts. We have been known to park the Jeep and trailer, get a room and enjoy a night out. We arrived in Medicine Hat at the perfect time to take it easy for one night. We are 170 kilometers away from Calgary. It is still part of the Canadian Prairies. We're talking about the Dinosaur Provincial Park and the Badlands of Alberta. The amazing Blériot Ferry. It is a cable ferry and crosses the Red Deer River. Drumheller and the Royal Tyrrell Museum. The dinosaurs and the Badlands is a story for another time. Please subscribe and get notified when we explore these and other amazing places. Thank you. We traveled the prairies in both directions. We had rain. We had clouds. We had beautiful sunsets. We had mosquitoes and anything in between. You know when you are getting close to Alberta, oil pump jacks along the highway start to appear. When you see one of them, don't forget to take a picture. Like the grain elevators, they are being replaced by more efficient equipment. Soon after, you notice clouds on the horizon. Are these the mountains? Once you hit Calgary, there is no doubt anymore. These are the Rocky Mountains. We will cross the prairies a few more times in the future. There are some places we didn't see yet. One of them is the Elk Island National Park. Thank you for watching and we'll see you out there.